As a teenage boy in middle or high school, what confused you the most about teenage girls? How they could form a magical, impenetrable barrier with a chatting circle. Why the duck is the toilet their gang hideout. It's restricted access. They can talk about you as much as they want. How they managed to tuck their cock and balls away in their swimming costumes. They all wanted older guys, like 3 to 4 years older. I was always jealous of the girls in my high school class who dated college boys, but then I went to college and met the type of guy who dates high school girls, not my actual quote but very accurate. Scott Pilgrim was dating a high schooler. It's also well established that Scott Pilgrim isn't the best person. Are you flirty by nature? Actually interested in me? Or just being friendly? Edit my first gold. Thank you. The age-old question, my friend. My friend, sorry for you, you small-town Jersey boy. Edit. Hey, this is my highest-rated comment. Validation. What confused me the most? The giggles. Yes, the giggles of teenage girls confused me the most. Walking into class, or down the hallway, and a group of 3 or 4 girls would just start giggling and snickering to themselves like some sort of bad inside joke. I would always check my shoes or clothing for something embarrassing but never found anything. To be honest, I'll probably never understand the giggles. From my experience being in a girl group, it could be someone in our group has a crush on you and we're teasing her, or some inside joke we don't want others to hear, like if a professor is teaching in front and we don't want to laugh out loud. That's what I was always told, later on in life, but as a young teen it's quite a bit confusing. It always made me feel really upset when girls ditto that, because it feels like they are laughing at me. Exactly. I was so paranoid because of it. But I guess that shows what kind of esteem I had growing up. I can guarantee this. Definitely remember giggling and kinda shoving around my friends whenever their crush walked by. How they can act super nice, then one thing goes wrong, and they are mortal enemies all of a sudden. Then they'll talk the maddest shit about each other but turn around and be all friendly. It was kinda confusing and amusing watching my ex do this. I was an antisocial quiet kid at an all-boys school. For me it was mainly where on earth all my classmates were getting girlfriends from. Having barely any friends as a kid is fun. Directly from Canada. You guys wouldn't know her, she goes to another school. You could be their biggest crush and you may think they don't even know your name. And other jokes I can tell myself. How they are just kind of casually gay. They just walk up to their friend, grab their ass or boobs and then just segue into whatever they have to say. I don't get it. Edit, I did not expect my comment to blow up at all. Thanks for the upvotes and gold. As a lesbian it was and still is very confusing to me. You always get wrong vibes. Why in a class of 50 people, 35 of which were girls, I was the only guy who couldn't get a prom date? Rough. How many did you ask? At my school, girls asked the guys for prom. But I did ask a friend to go as friends, but she had other obligations. Plot twist, she didn't. And that's how I was the only person not at prom, went camping instead. Prom isn't that big of a deal anyways, man, don't sweat it. Most girls at prom end up dancing with each other while the guys just eat food and chill with each other. It's just a fancy looking event when all it is free food and drink. Hashtag free? Free after you pay the entrance fee, which is like $60 at my school. Where are they? Source, super religious all-male school. On the moon. Edit, if you're in a all-male religious school, I'm sorry to inform you but girls don't exist until are married. Obviously. I can't tell if the relationship they want is platonic or not. Slapped my ass but then pretended it never happened. Sat on me and then pretends it never happened. Mixed signals? Edit, when she slapped my ass she actually denied it and blushed when I asked like a moron, but everyone else told me it was her. Bruh, I slapped my homie's ass yesterday with the force of 1,000 suns. Edit, the chicken is essentially non-existent after the blast force. Oh Lord, with that username. Honestly, by how low down the vaginal opening is. Having a penis, I fully expected an analogous placement. I figured I'd be able to reach into some jeans and fingerbang right at clit level. Boy, was that confusing the first time. On the other side of this, I thought the penis was directly between the legs and hung straight down. Name checks out. I never understood that they were just people that I could have talked to. I was confused for the longest time on why two-piece swimsuits, top and bottom, were sold separately. Also for like $60 each. Because what if you need a large bottom piece but a small top piece? And what if your hips are narrow but your boobs are huge? Gotta buy the top and bottom independently. Yeah, when I was 1112-ish I had to keep buying swimsuit tops and bottoms separately. It was not fun, but I thanked the stores that did sell them separately. Whether they were playing hard to get, shy, or just not interested. I was always confused as to why the girls weren't interested in sex and trying to obtain it at all costs like we used to. It turns out that I was wrong and girls do like sex. Turns out the problem is you being you. I represent that remark. Honestly, how sexually active are high school girls? I feel like I was super horny in high school but not sexually active as a guy. How all the girls who love horses are complete psychos, and none of the sane girls spare a passing thought about those stupid short giraffes. Hey, I had a drunken conversation with a horse trainer once. Most of the problems stem from the fact that the industry is bullshit and massively stresses the trainers out. The girl I was talking to is only in it for the horses, and even then she's looking to switch careers as soon as possible. She said that there are stereotypical alpha bitch horse girls, but many of them are just struggling to make ends meet doing what they love. I love horses to death. I grew up with them and my first job was herding cattle. However, I literally had to stop riding because the other girls involved are some of the worst people I've ever met. To this day, if I mention to a horse girl that I used to ride, they basically lose their minds and start trying to flex on me and beat me in some weird horse trivia knowledge game or talk about how great they are at riding and how expensive their horse was. I can't deal with horse people. They drive me absolutely bonkers. Can't wait till I'm retired and can just get a horse on my own property and not have to deal with rude little girls fighting for their trainer's attention. You should ask Amy out. She likes me? Totally. She talks about you all the time and you two would be great together. Hi Amy, wanna go out to the movies Friday? I'm okay, but just so you know I only think of you as a friend. WTF edit, for those speculating, in this scenario the friend instigating is her friend. Generally I find guys know their friends are idiots or douches, so we know not to listen to them. Second, as for outcome, I declined the date because it was clear she wasn't interested and the friend was playing matchmaker drama queen. TBH, my friends convinced me into 3 high school relationships that I wasn't that interested in, just because they wanted to play matchmaker. Relationship 1, him, do you want to go out with me? Me, no everyone, shocked friends take me to the side, friend, he's been wanting to ask you out for ages. It would make his day, no his year, no, his life if you said yes. Friends bring us back together him, so you want to go out? Me, okay, sure. Relationship lasts 1 week. Relationship 2, friends X, you want a date? Me, no, sorry me, tells friends walk up to him and tell him I have changed my mind and said yes, even though I haven't. Friends, we know you like him really, so we told him that you meant to say yes. Relationship lasts 6 months. Relationship 3, everyone tells me he is going to ask me out and that I should give him a chance. He asks me out, I say yes, but don't think will last more than 2 weeks. Relationship lasts 7 years. Edit, currently on relationship 4, it's been 5 years so far. Smile. That's a pretty shitty thing your friends did, but I'm glad it worked out for you in the end. How do they pee out of their butts? It must be why the Australians call them birds. Why do they need to go to the toilet in groups? Like, I would not be able to use the toilet if someone was in there watching me. When I was in school, decades ago, we decided that it was because one of them would hold the purses while the other ones went to pee. That is part of it, yes. Do stalls not have hooks to hang bags and coats in the women's room? Not always. Sometimes they're broken. Edit, to everyone who's going to keep telling me to put my stuff on the floor. The floors in my high school's bathrooms were disgusting and there's no way I'm setting my stuff on the floor in a public bathroom either. I'm a male and never realized how necessary these hooks are until yesterday. Took a physical at the doctor's office and my jacket hoodie was off for the blood pressure sleeve pump. Nurse gave me the urine sample cup and sent me off to the bathroom. Walked in and there with my things in my hands and realized there was no hook. What the duck? Yep. It's the worst. And in high school it was, hoodie, giant backpack, and huge stack of books that everyone brought into the bathroom even though there was only one shelf. So we legitimately did take turns going to the bathroom while the other people held the other's stuff.